Here we go, karts on track for Minimax. 23 drivers, 13 minutes. Here is your starting lineup. Oliver Mazakevich and Bring the Noise, Keish Boys on the front row of the grid. Milano Shiphorst and Julian Duema on row number 2. Jeff Verbeek and, why is there a marshal running? That's always a worrying sign on a rolling lap. We will catch up with it, or maybe he just wanted to get back to a better position for the start. Where was I? Ah, yes, row number 3, Jeff Verbeek and Maximilian Kiel. Row 4, Jesse Andringa and James van der Poel. Row number 5, Mick Klinkers and Tran van Melk. Row number 6, Steven Wams and Rickert Joppen. Row 7 is Tigo Holthausen and Kleish Milan. Row number 8, Bendik Schulte and Hamza Balasinawala. Then on row number 9, it's Mika Vonk and Yara Klevich-Bosch. Row number 10, Jens Kjelstra and Kimi May. Watch for Kimi, who had to retire from the opening heat race. Lawrence Vlaanderen and Vince van der Halen are next. That's significant because Vince van der Halen is your championship leader. And then Liam Basterio rounds out the 23 kart field. Coming into today, Vince van der Halen had 497 points. Keish Moyes had 479. Oliver Mazakevich had 474. Moyes and Mazakevich will represent Team Netherlands this year in the Rotax Grand Finals. For Mazakevich, it'll be his first time representing his country. For Keish Moyes, it'll be his second time. Championship leader Vince van der Halen is not eligible for a ticket in this championship because he is Belgian. Now where? So look back, number 130, Vince van der Halen, starting on the 12th row of the grid. The sun is now out, but it's very low in the sky. This is October in Northern Europe, and it's 4:45 in the evening. So the sun has got that dappled look about it. You see a lot more drivers, some drivers going out in their clear visors to help with the visibility. Here we go then, into the tram lines, and somebody in the middle of the track was way out of formation towards the back, but the leaders are all through cleanly. Now this is where we had issues on the opening lap of the pre-final. Once again, a couple of drivers going for a brief spin, and this time Vince van der Halen was not amongst them. So the recovery is on now for the championship leader. Oh, and drivers getting wide going into the roundabout there. That was the number 123 kart of Maximilian Kiel. Maximilian Kiel, the German driver on the Mach 1 Kart Schmie Deutschland entry. And there's still action aplenty going on further back in the pack. Kiel getting going again up at the front though. Your pole sitter, pre-final winner, Oliver Mazakevich, who romped home in the pre-final. He's not going to have the same opportunity now. Milano Shiphorst has made another very good start indeed. Julian Duema is up to third. Keish Moyes from second on the grid is down to fourth. And I'm looking to see where Vince van der Halen is. The answer is he is already up 8 places into 14th position. Top 3, nose to tail, going into turn number 6. Tony Kart versus Birol ART versus the Charles Leclerc chassis. Through turn number 10. And behind them, Keish Moyes, the second of the red and white Birol ART karts, is there in kart number 134. And then Jeff Verbeek in the yellow Team Belgian race suits. And Milano Shiphorst goes into the lead with help from Julian Duema. The slipstream effect alive and well there, and Olivier Mazakevich was helpless. 2 karts working with one another, slipstream and drafting, and look at that great teamwork there, even though they're not teammates. That's what you've got to do in karting sometimes. Doesn't matter who you're in front of or behind. Sometimes you've got to work with the person that is just there to help yourself. And there goes new leader Julian Duema. into top spot. And Julian Duemer is only 13th in the championship, has not done every round. So he's not a factor in the point standings. Now, in 6th position is James van der Poel on Sodi Kart, and a big gap behind van der Poel to the 7th, 8th and 9th place battle. And that'll be Mick Klinkers, Rickert Joppen on the Comp Kart chassis, and there is Joppen just briefly making the move on that fluorescent yellow, white and blue liveried machine. Then Tigo Holthausen in 9th, with Mika Vonk rounding out the top 10. Van der Halen is already up to 11th position. Now, he's going to find it trickier to pick up places now. And there's a little bit of elbows out issues at turn number 10, and into top spot goes Milano Shiphorst. So Julian Duemer's lead time at the front was short-lived, and now 5 drivers nose to tail. Oh, and a penalty for Yara Klevich-Bosch. Yara Klevich-Bosch, I said there was one driver way outside the tram lines at the start, and it was the number 132 kart of Klevich-Bosch. She's been given a penalty, has Yara. Unfortunately, Maximilian Kiel has been given a technical flag for a loose rear bumper. We saw him getting shoveled onto the dirt going around the roundabout on the opening lap. And now we look. Now there is number 126. That's Jeff Verbeek. Behind Jeff on track is the number 134 kart of Kees Moyes. Then it is the flying Sodi kart of James van der Poel. So 3 drivers first battling for the lead, 3 drivers battling for 4th position, and a penalty for Milano Shiphorst. So a penalty for unsportsmanlike driving for that issue down at turn number 10 with Julian Duemer, and now Shiphorst is going to lose the lead. He's just lost the lead in the race. He's going to lose the lead on track as well if he's not careful. Van der Halen is now P8. He is just 4.2 seconds behind this battle you're watching on your screens now, which is for the race lead. Van der Halen, with 7.5 minutes to go, do not rule Vince van der Halen out of this one yet. They're the top 6. Now behind the top 6 there's a big gap back to Van der Halen, who is now in P7. He's passed Tigo Holthausen. So, Van der Halen goes through your screen. And here's your top 6. Van der Halen has got the bit between his teeth and is heading towards the front like a runaway freight train into the roundabout. There's Van der Poel, who's moved into an excellent 4th position. Verbeek is back to 5th, and Kees Moyes, well, I normally say bring the noise, Kees Moyes. I think somebody has put Moyes on mute because he is certainly fading a little bit at the moment. He's got to get his rhythm back and then turn up the volume and head back towards the front. But it's Milano Shiphorst. Who in the rookie standings is 2nd behind Kees Moyes. In the championship overall, he is 6th position. Van der Halen, last lap around for Vince van der Halen, 54.075 seconds. Race leader, Milano Shiphorst, at a 54.1. So Van der Halen is only gaining a 10th or 2 here and there. We are now at the halfway point, however, and Van der Halen has got clean track in front of him. If he can get up to the back end of Kees Moyes in 6th position pretty quickly, and then make his way past Moyes, Verbeek and Van der Poel, which is a lot easier said than done, he still might have a chance. Don't forget, your race leader on track, the driver with the red and white Birol ART chassis, bright orange crash helmet, Milano Shiphorst, has a 3-second penalty for unsportsmanlike driving. That would put him back to 6th position. Van der Halen could pick up a place without even realising it. And there goes the move, and side by side, elbows out, and both Duemer and Shiphorse then slow each other down. Oliver Mazakevich minding his own business in 3rd place says, thank you very much. Goes past. And I have to say that Julian Duemer, who did, well, there was a certain element of, I'm not happy with you for what you did at the earlier corner at turn 10, so I'm going to show that, and it cost Julian Duemer a lot of time. It allowed Oliver Mazakevich into the race lead. Shiphorse is 2nd on the road, Van der Poel is 3rd, then it's Verbeek, Moyes, Duemer and Vince van der Halen. He's now only 3.7 seconds off the lead. And he is within a couple of kart lengths of Julian Duemer and Kees Moyes. There is Van der Halen briefly on your screen. Jeff Verbeek goes past Milano Shiphorse for 3rd position. Van der Poel in 2nd. Shiphorse back to 4th position. Kees Moyes is next. Then you will see the black and white Charles Leclerc chassis of 125 Julian Duemer, and just behind is the green and white Tony kart. Vince van der Halen is now within how many seconds of the race lead? He's within 3.3 seconds of the race lead after starting 22nd. We run lap number 11 now. Van der Halen. Well, wait, there goes Duemer past Kees Moyes. Van der Halen in that number 130 kart. This is what Vince van der Halen has to do. He has momentum. He cannot afford to sit behind people. Oh, and a problem for Kees Moyes. I thought he was slowing down. Kees Moyes, is that a rear bumper rubbing on a rear tyre? Certainly Kees Moyes has an issue. No, I don't think his rear bumper is rubbing on a rear tyre, but something is slowing Kees Moyes down. Oh, dearie me. He's already lost another place to Tigo Holthausen. And now Rickert Joppen goes through on that comp kart chassis. Kees Moyes is getting swamped. He's getting swamped now. He's trying to defend against the CRG. Oh, in the background, that I think was a Lando Norris kart of Jesse Andringa going off track. But up at the front, James van der Poel has just caught our race leader, Oliver Mazakevich. Now I'm looking down, where is Van der Poel in the championship? The answer is nowhere, because he hasn't competed. Am I just getting that wrong? Yes, James, oh, he's 4th in the championship. What am I talking about, Henry? He's right there in 4th position. He's got a bit of work to do. He's about 50 points behind Vince van der Halen. And here comes van der Halen up the inside of Julian Duemer. Put Vince van der Halen into P5. It will become P4 when Milano Shiphorse gets his 3-second penalty at the end of this race. Could Vince van der Halen make it onto the podium? 90 seconds to go. I think these two on your screens now, Mazakevich and Van der Poel, they are too far ahead of Van der Halen. However, if I were Jeff Verbeek, I would be feeling a little bit nervous right now, because there's Shiphorse. Well, Van der Halen has got quite a bit of work to do, but it's been a tremendous recovery. Van der Halen head down. He is 2.9 seconds off the race leader as James van der Poel makes the move at turn number 4. And for the first time all day, the Sony kart of James van der Poel leads this race. 45 seconds plus 2 laps to go. Could this give Vince van der Halen the opportunity to pull off one of the most unlikely recovery drives I've seen in some time, because now that he has attacked and got the lead, James van der Poel will have to start defending. Now, will they get across the line before the clock strikes 0? Yes, they will. Okay, 3 laps to go. Next time round, they'll get the 2-lap to go board. So 3 laps remaining here in Minimax. The top 3 are nose to tail. And Shiphorst is about to be passed on track by the flying Vince van der Halen. Can James van der Poel hold off this Tony Kart mounted duo behind of the Netherlands' own Oliver Musakiewicz and Belgium's Jeff Verbeek? Van der Poel has got to make that French wagon very, very wide. He's got to make it as wide as the Champs-Élysées as he tries to hold off Musakiewicz and Verbeek. Van der Halen is about to pass Milano Shiphorst. He's 4th anyway because Shiphorst has got that 3-second penalty. Now there goes Vince van der Halen. No, he can't make the move. That could be critical. 2 laps to go. Van der Halen has got to get Shiphorst out of the way if he's going to try and mount an unlikely last charge for the podium. Through the roundabout, Van der Poel leaves the door open into turn number 6, and there goes Musakiewicz, there goes Verbeek, and James van der Poel drops from 1st to 3rd. Critically, that didn't slow them down too much. Van der Halen takes 4th position on the road. I think it's going to be about a lap too late for Vince van der Halen. Even if these 3 drivers now defend stoutly, I don't think van der Halen can catch them. But it's been a remarkable drive. Last lap board goes out, and Musakiewicz defending round the outside of turn number 1 goes Verbeek. Has that worked? We'll see very shortly. Down to turn number 4. It hasn't worked for Verbeek, but it does bring Vince van der Halen right into play. James van der Poel looks over his shoulder and goes, "Who's that? I thought he started last." Well, he did start last, but van der Halen has caught the leaders on the last lap. We come through the infield section now. I think Oliver Musakiewicz has just about done enough, but can van der Halen get on the podium from 22nd? He's got 3 corners to go. Make that 2 corners to go. Verbeek and van der Poel still run 2nd and 3rd. Vince van der Halen will fall just short. It's a win for Oliver Musakiewicz. Verbeek is 2nd, van der Poel 3rd. What a drive from Vince van der Halen. Milano Shiphorst is 4th. Julian Duema is 5th rather, but with his 3-second penalty, Shiphorst will drop to 6th position behind Julian Duema. Tigo Holthausen will come home in 8th. A great drive from Kimi May to finish in 8th position. Mick Klinkers is 9th, and Rickert Joppen rounds out your top 10. I don't know what the problem was, but Kees Moyes did have a problem with that kart, and he drops back to 11th position ahead of Mika Vonk, Steven Wams, and Bendik Schulte. Tren van Merk is 15th, Lawrence Vlaanderen is 16th, Claes Milan is 17th, and Lara Klevich-Bosch is next, followed by Jesse Andringa, Hamza Balasinawala, Jens Kjelstra, and sadly Maximilian Kiel didn't start, and Liam Basterio, Maximilian Kiel didn't start, and Liam Basterio didn't finish. And I have to say, I met young Liam Basterio and his family this morning, and he races, he's part of the Racing with Autism program, and he's a very, very nice young man.